Welcome to the State of the Market for Law Firm Sales in 7 minutes. My name is Jeremy Poock, and I lead Senior Attorney Match. In today's In 7 minutes, we'll discuss the top 3 reasons why senior attorneys question joining a growing law firm. So let's jump right into it. When it comes to selling a law firm, there are really 3 options. The preferred option that Senior Attorney Match recommends to our clients is to join a growing law firm. The potential option is structure an internal succession plan. And the third option, the risky option as we see it, is maintain the status quo. When it comes to joining a growing law firm, our clients are often raising 3 questions about the reasons why we recommend that they join a growing law firm. And that first question that they raise is now the time for change? So when it comes to that question, we really need to think about what value that our clients present. What's a law practice really worth? And law practices have really 5 components of value. Those 5 components of value, what we call value chips, consist of your client list, the referral source list, goodwill, subject matter, and the digital value. We have to keep in mind, in terms of whether now is the right time to sell your law practice, the ongoing impact of 2020. That is, 2020 caused a shift in consumer behavior. We all shifted digitally in 2020, and 2020 really shifted the legal industry into what we call the 3.0 digital era for law firms, which means that clients continue to search for their lawyers online, and it's growing law firms by and large that continue to deploy multi-channel digital marketing to attract new clients. Looking back at those 5 value chips of senior attorneys and whether now is the right time to sell your practice, senior attorneys by and large are not keeping pace with the digital value of their practices. That is that multi-channel digital marketing to attract new clients. The impact that that is having on the value chips is that their client lists and referral source lists are not getting replenished as much as they did in yesteryear. And now let's look at the impact that that is having on client revenues for senior attorneys. That is, attorneys that are aged 55 to 75, as they remain in the status quo and are not adopting multi-channel digital marketing for their clients to attract new clients, their revenues continue to go down. Growing law firms, their revenues go up. And when our clients join growing law firms, our clients' revenues continue to go up. And that is why we consider that now is the right time for senior attorneys to consider selling their law practices, as their value chips are at their highest value at this time in the early 2020s. In terms of the second reason why our clients question joining a growing law firm, it's because they often say to us, well, I don't want a boss at this point in my career. I've owned my business for 20 plus years. Why do I want to put the suit and jacket back on and answer to someone else and be their employee? Well, there's really 4 reasons why when our clients join growing law firms, why they don't have bosses. Our clients, senior attorneys, have what growing law firms need in terms of the synergy value that they present to growing law firms. They present instant client growth. They have a combined workforce. That is, they're bringing themselves, their attorneys that practice with the senior attorneys, and their trained staff. Extremely valuable. The cumulative experience that senior attorneys and their staff have developed over the course of their careers, and then the marketing value, that digital value that senior attorneys have, they present that to growing law firms as well. In addition, senior attorneys that join growing law firms, they also present what we call trust transfer. That is, the growing law firms need senior attorneys because of the clients that they have developed, and they can transfer the trust of their clients to the growing law firms that they join. Hence, they're not joining growing law firms to have a new boss. They're joining growing law firms to help transition their clients to competent attorneys who can succeed the senior attorneys. And it's a way for the senior attorneys to also monetize their law practices. And the third reason why Senior attorneys often question joining growing law firms because they raise the question of, this is the year that my internal successor will offer to purchase my practice. And really, there's four reasons why. If you have an internal successor, that is a key employee, a junior partner, a senior associate at your practice, there's really four reasons why those attorneys are really not going to ever purchase your practice. First, you hired them as key employees. They look at practicing at your practice as it's just a job. They didn't go to law school. I mean, they didn't go to law school. They didn't go to business school. They went to law school. Also, they can't afford to purchase your law practice. Typically, internal successors, they are running their families. They have mortgages to pay, car leases to pay. They're thinking of children's weddings, their own retirement. When it comes to purchasing your law practice, they just can't afford to do so. And for whatever weird reason, they also assume typically that you, the boss, will never retire. So hence, your internal successor will typically not want or be able to purchase your law practice. So for today's buzzer beater, in terms of why senior attorneys question joining growing law firms, we have to keep in mind there are three options for selling a law firm today. That is, join a growing firm, structure an internal succession plan, or maintain the status quo. In terms of those three reasons why senior attorneys question joining a growing law firm, those three reasons are that now is not the time for change. I don't want a boss, and this is the year that my internal successor will offer to purchase my practice. Well, when it comes to that, it's not the time to change. We have to keep in mind that there has been a significant shift in consumer behavior that 2020 caused. Consumers are looking for their lawyers digitally. They're looking online. They're going to Google to search for their lawyers. That is having a significant impact on the components of value for senior attorney-led practices where clients and referral sources are simply not getting replenished as much as they did in yesteryear because senior attorneys, by and large, are not keeping pace digitally. Client revenues as a result of those value chips becoming riskier. When a senior attorney stay in their status quo, their revenues continue to go down, hence the value goes down as well. When it comes to joining a growing law firms recognize the synergy value that senior attorneys present in terms of instant client growth, the combined workforce, cumulative experience, and the marketing value that senior attorneys present to growing law firms. And then lastly, will your internal successor come to you this year to finally express their interest to purchase your practice? They really won't. Those internal successors, they want a job. They went to law school and not business school. They can't afford to purchase your practice, and they assume that you will never retire. So in sum, we recommend that senior attorneys, when they're considering their options for how to sell their law practices, that the preferred option continues to be, and we continue to remain bullish, that joining a growing law firm is how senior attorneys today and tomorrow will be able to sell their law practices. And that's the state of the market for law firm sales in a little bit more than 7 minutes.